is David Ronald, and I'm head of marketing here at Foxit Software. I'll be your host. I'm pleased to introduce our other speakers, Wim Timmerman, who is Director of Enterprise Solutions. Welcome, Tim.
Thank you.
And I'm also joined by Phil Lee, who's Vice President of Sales. Welcome, Phil.
Thanks, David. It's great to be here. Hello, everyone.
Here's the agenda for today's webinar. I'll get things started with an overview of ConnectedPDF before handing things off to Wim, who will provide a demo of ConnectedPDF and show that product in action. And then Phil will run through new features in the latest release of PhantomPDF 8.0. And then we'll leave plenty of room at the end for questions. Housekeeping issues. Before we begin, I'd like to draw everyone's attention to the fact that if you'd like to pose a question, please enter it in that box indicated there. The phone lines are muted, so we can't hear you. Hopefully you can hear us well, but we can't hear you. But we'd love to hear your questions or see your questions, so please type them in that box. And also, this webinar is being recorded and will be added to the archive on our website at the URL shown there. We've expanded our archive of webinars, so please be sure to check back from time to time as we add new ones. So let's get started. So many of you are familiar with Foxit Software. Some may be less familiar. We like to think of ourselves as the #2 PDF solution vendor. And if you remember the commercial, the Avis Hertz commercial, I think that was in the 90s, and we try harder. So that's really fueling the development of ConnectedPDF, is that we're trying harder. We are an innovative company. We have developed PDF solutions which are faster, more efficient, and more secure than competitive products. At least that's our feeling. And if people on the call, on the webinar, have different opinions, please, again, enter those comments and questions into the chat box. We have an accomplished and visionary leadership. Our CTO, for example, was one of the founding members of the Amazon team and has led his own companies, and as have our CEO and obviously our founder. We have 200 engineers, so and it's about a third of our company. So we're very focused on technology development. And we have 425 million users worldwide. Now, why is that important? It's not chest beating on our part. That number is important because whenever we introduce a new technology, such as ConnectedPDF that we're going to talk about shortly, we feel there's an opportunity for rapid adoption. The number of PDFs that have been created is open to debate. We're showing 2.5 trillion here. The PDF format, I think it's 32,000, was developed by Adobe, I believe, in June of 1993. So it's been around for a while. And by some estimates, there are as many as 2.5 trillion PDFs created. We recently attended a conference, PDF Days Europe. It was in Berlin last month, I think. And we heard numbers as high as 4 billion. Well, whatever it is, that's a huge number of documents. And given the fact that the specifications are a couple of decades old, it's a passive format. It's created pre-internet. The specification was created essentially to help documents be rendered identically regardless of what software or what device was being used. I can still remember myself, in that back in the 90s, this feeling of great relief and appreciation for the specification that enabled me to print a document in my office that rendered the way it was intended to be by its originator, who might be in a different building in a different country. So, the PDF 1.0 was a fantastic advance and beat out other proposed approaches to ensuring documents were rendered identically. But again, it is a format that that's 2 decades old, and it's passive. It's not ideally suited for our connected economy. And again, and also with the number of PDFs that have been created, this document clutter is overwhelming users and consuming huge amounts of bandwidth. And additionally, the ability to control and track PDFs is impossible, which results in there being no effective way to recall and sanitize and update and regulate today's PDFs. And why does that matter? Well, we tried to throw some numbers at this issue, and some of the numbers we came up with are shown here in the stream. According to a report by IDC that was done last year, and their report is called the Document Disconnect, 81% of the productivity that is lost in a company is attributed to employees. Sorry, the percentage of employees who worked in the wrong document is 81%, and the percentage of productivity that's lost because of those sorts of issues is estimated at being 21%. And by IDC's estimate, the productivity lost to document management issues or mismanagement issues for a company of around 1,000 employees is 3.5 million. So that alone is a large number. But we've tried to extrapolate from that number to scale that to the entire U.S. Economy. And if we look at the number of companies that have 1,000 employees or more, and just do a quick back-of-the-envelope calculation, we get a number in the hundreds of billions of dollars. So this problem that we're trying to solve with ConnectedPDF is a significant one. Now, imagine a world where a digital document to let you know its location. And one of the ways we achieve that is by inserting an ID in the file. And as that traverses devices around the world, it's acting like a beacon that's telling us where it is. Imagine if this document could also let you know if it had been read by a recipient or changed or printed or shared. And if this document can be updated and changes distributed, then imagine a world in where no one would be on their own version again. And if outdated documents could be expired and users no longer able to view them, again, that would address many of these lost productivity issues. So at this point, I want to introduce ConnectedPDF. This is something that we're offering up, Foxit Software is offering up to address some of the challenges we've been talking about in the last couple of slides. Again, we are an innovative company, and this approach that we're proposing will revolutionize document management and also document security. ConnectedPDF introduces entirely new levels of accountability, collaboration, and productivity to the creation, sharing, and tracking of documents. And instead of going outside of the ISO standard that PDF and others worked to get implemented, we're working within the ISO standard to ensure full compatibility. And then here are some of the key benefits that we believe folks like yourself will appreciate. First, prevent prying eyes. So what we mean by that is if let's say I send out a document and it contains confidential or sensitive information, and I accidentally send that to somebody erroneously, then ConnectedPDF gives me the option to expire that document. So just last night, for example, I was sending off an email in Outlook and typed in the first letter or two of somebody's name, and Outlook made a suggestion, and without taking the appropriate amount of time, I picked the first suggestion that came up in Outlook, and just was about to hit send when I realized, oh, that's not the right person. The first couple of letters were the same, but the name was incorrect. So I was able to catch that. But had I not, had I sent that document and then 5 minutes later or however much time later realized my error, if I was using a connected PDF, I'd have the ability to go out and expire that document and prevent that individual who's not a Foxit Software employee seeing that sensitive information. Next, is the opportunity to keep everyone on the same page. So as we said earlier, a large percentage of employees, I believe the number was 81% of employees, have worked on the wrong document, and I know I have several times, and I know how frustrating it is to spend, a large number of hours working very diligently on a document, sending it off to the project leader, and then realizing, oh, while I was working on that, somebody else had been working on it instead. So with ConnectedPDF, if a new document is available, the organizer can have an update automatically sent out to everyone on the same team in real time. So if I'm partway through making changes, I'll get an update and it'll tell me to switch to the correct version. Lower left, the opportunity to collaborate remotely, and this is nothing earth-shattering, but I think it's a handy feature. It enables people to view edits that are being entered in real time, and given the fact that in today's economy more and more teams are working remotely, that's an important feature. And then lower right, track and find versions. So because of the document tree functionality that's available within ConnectedPDF, it's very easy to work backwards to an earlier version of the document, and that might be useful in a scenario where, say, I'm a lawyer working on the nth iteration of some legal text for a client, and then the client says to me that they want to go back to verbiage from 5 or 10, whatever, earlier versions. So instead of having to hunt around and search on my computer or whatnot, ConnectedPDF gives me that the ease, the convenience of looking through that tree and pulling out the verbiage, inserting it in the correct document, and moving forward. So many of you are probably thinking now at this point that much of what we're talking about here is already provided in document management systems or available in other ways through Google Docs and whatnot. So what we're trying to do here is not make a radical change, but instead democratizing the ability to create, secure, collaborate more easily on documents. And what I mean by that is some of the functionality we're describing would be available in a document management system behind the firewall of an enterprise, for example, and anybody who's behind that firewall gets the functionality. Or some of the functionality might be available through Google Docs or some other methodology. We're trying to pick the best from all of these systems and making it available to everybody. So you can imagine myself here in the office being able to create a kind of PDF, secure it, send it out to a single individual who's outside the firewall and maybe working from his or her home office, and then provide them with that functionality described here. So at this point, I'd like to hand things over to Wim, and Wim will provide a product demo. And Wim, bear with me while I make you the organizer. All right.
Hello everyone, my name is Wim. I hope you can hear me well. I hope you can see my screen, because that's going to be very important for the next 15 minutes. What I'd like to do today actually as part of this webinar is give a demo on ConnectedPDF and emphasizing some of the strengths with respect to this particular technology. As an ecosystem. And what I'll try to do today is, if you look at my screen, I have a Mac environment, so I have 3 users actually who will be working on one particular document. And those 3 users will be on 3 different platforms, because that's one of the strengths. We do the connected PDFs and collaborating and securing cross-platform. So this means that Foxit Reader 2.0, which is available for Mac, as you can see, has the connect possibility in there. We obviously also have Phantom PDF, which, as you can see, resides in my Windows 10 partition. And we have a mobile user, which is our third user, typically our sales guy, who's, you know, out on the road trying to sell and, you know, wants to look at quotes or, you know, whatever RFPs he needs to respond to. So what we're going to do actually is we're going to work on a particular document, and, you know, for the sake of this demo, I'll just take a PDF file, which actually is our you know, Phantom PDF business data sheet, and we're going to start from this document or from this PDF file actually, and, you know, doing some annotations, making some comments, you know, that sort of stuff, and then see, you know, how we can collaborate as a team of 3 users, one on the Mac, latest OS X, one on the iOS, iPhone platform, and the other one obviously the document initiator, the one who masters a document, the one who sends it out and you know, gives people access. So actually, as you could see, I've opened the document pretty quickly in Phantom PDF, and the first thing we want to do actually is kind of, you saw the prying eyes where David was talking about, this add, you know, protection to this particular document. If you have consultants, you know, working outside of your company, but they need to look at that document, it's extremely important that you know, you take control of the access. You know, do you want them to give them capability to read, to edit, and you actually can immediately, if you click on permissions, look to the permissions. Obviously, you're not given one any permissions, so that list is empty. But you can also add new users if you would like to do so, right? So one of the users, which actually is going to be user 3 on my iPhone, his name is Camille. I'm going to click on, he finds it in the list obviously, I'm going to click on this particular name, I'm going to add him to the permission list, and I'm going to give him, for instance, edit capabilities, read capabilities, but as you can see, there's much more granularity, you know, as you would think. There's also an expiration date, you know, the ability to generate an offline copy which expires in a couple of days. Why is this important? Again, if you have external consultants who are working on a project and after a week the project is done, you don't want to give them access to the document again, that's when it would expire, for instance. It's just as a simple example. So Camille, later on, please recall it, is the one on the iOS, and you see he has all the capabilities to later on work together, comment, annotate that particular document using Phantom, using Foxit Mobile for iOS, our mobile app for the iOS platform. So I'm going to add that particular permission, right? I'm going to close this screen. So what I'm going to do now is start a review. As I said, this is a particular document we want to review. You get a little bit of messages on what is connected review, which you could click away because you followed this webinar, so you understand it. So we just hit the OK button, and we're just going to use the commenting function in Phantom to add a little bit of comments. So I'm just going to select this here and then add a comment like this and say like, nice tagline, because I really like this particular statement. So that comment has been done. Let me scroll down a little bit and then say like on the second page, for instance, voila, there's a little bit of text here. I'm going to select it and I'm going to add a note to this particular area and say like manage and protect. Okay, there we go. So what I've done actually right now, I've, you know, opened the document, I started a review, but obviously I want some other users to work on this particular review also. So I'm going to save the document, and the question you would have, everyone online, is, you know, how do you share that particular document? Typically, we would do that via email. So we would send it out to a project group via email. They would click on it and they would open it on their local desktop, on their local Mac machine, or later on, as you will see, on their iOS device. Now, for the sake of this demo and, you know, the timing we have, I'm just going to copy that document, to my Mac device and open it in Foxit Reader, right? So we're gonna take it here. You see, it added a little bit of a name, and now comes the tricky part. I need to copy it over here, and then if all goes well, just see, that document is now here on my desktop. So I should be able to open that with Foxit Reader. I click on Open, I select the document, I open it. So as you can see on the bottom right corner now, the application is logging in, but we've not given permission to this particular user. So this is why, you know, from a DRM and security point of view, document security point of view, it's so important. So this user has no permission, but he can request permission. So he's going to do that, and he's going to say like, please allow me to review and grant me permission. There we go. And preferably I want to do everything because, you know, I want to print a copy, I want to make a copy, and I want to edit the file. I'm going to send out the request. It says that it has been successfully sent, and now actually two things are going to happen. The first thing is that the document initiator is going to get an email and can grant permission, but if we open the document again in Phantom PDF, you will see in a few moments that there will be a pop-up screen. Here it is on the bottom right corner actually, which is going to ask, which is going to say better that somebody on a Foxit, you know, user 2 on Foxit Reader for Mac has requested some permissions, and I will allow them all for the sake of this demo, but you can also delete it if you like. So I'm just going to allow permission now. It disappears, so the little pop-up is disappearing, and we could eventually go into the connect button again and check if you know, if the permissions are okay, you know, just, you know, for security. So you see that that's user 2 actually, which I highlight now, has an email address, it doesn't mention the name, has these permissions being granted. So if we go back now to the document, so on the Mac platform, and we open it again, here it is, we open it, what we will see in a second is that effectively the document will open, and we have the capability to join that review, which might be a good idea if we want to review to join it. Okay, it says and it confirms that we're taking part in a connected review. We click on OK, and there you go. So we can now actually see that there are two comments, right? One here and one here, and we can start participating and playing and, you know, whatever we want to do. So I'm just going to reply and say like, I agree. Right? I agree. So that's all fine. Then we go to the bottom line, what was said there. It says manage your content with CPDF, manage and protect. Absolutely. Right? So I say absolutely. Here we go. So right now there are two users working on this particular document, and, you know, actually sharing a little bit of comments back and forward. Obviously Foxit Reader is not an editor, so here we only have the capability to use the annotation and commenting tools that are available in the reader. If you go back to Phantom now, which is an editor, you can obviously edit text and it will show up also. Now the great thing here is, as you all can see, in real time, well, it might have taken 3 seconds because I spoke very quickly, you see that user 2 actually made a comment, and the comment immediately appears on his you know, on his screen. So those are now collaborating. Those two users are collaborating in real time, using, and this is important to recall, using the local document which resides locally on their devices. The one on you know, the Mac desktop, as you can see, and the other one on the Windows platform. And this is, you know, actually what we wanted to you know, to demonstrate also. There's nothing shared in the cloud, you know, with respect to data protection and so on. There's only synchronization of you know, the comments and edits in this particular document. So this actually is you know, is great to see. Now the third thing I want to do is show you how it works with iOS, because it's obviously possible there also. So I'm going to use the Foxit mobile app here, and now I need to enable the wire transfer. Again, you know, I would send out the document via email. You would then open the PDF document on your iOS device. For the sake of this demo, I'm just going to use the Wi-Fi possibilities that are available. So let me just save this document for a second. Then go to where are we here? So the nice thing about our mobile app is that you even don't have to send a particular email. You can just share documents between desktop and the mobile device. So I'm just going to choose this possibility. I'll upload it. So when that's done, so you see it's done now. When I now go back to my iOS device, it should reside in my document section. There it is. You can see datasheet. So it's actually just exactly the same as I would send it via email. I can click on it, and you'll see it opens immediately in my iOS on my iPhone, which is lying next to my machine here. And it says there's one user on Windows 10 who has started a connected review. All of your comments will be shared when you join the review. And I like to do that. I'll hit the join button, and as you can see, I now can, you know, using all the tools that are available in the iOS application to start commenting and working on that particular document. And they will appear again. If I would do that, they would appear again in Phantom PDF and on all the other users' machines. So actually, this capability, you know, is very nice because when people are on the road, sitting in the office, you give them the ability to comment, edit on a document without having to push documents in the cloud or using a particular cloud service. Then there are two more things I wanted to emphasize. The first one is the document homepage. Each document you work on has a homepage where you know, there's a little bit of information on, you know, who recently viewed the documents, but it's very granular. If you click on events, you really can see whom from the participants has done what, right, at what time, on what platform. So it gives you a lot of information on how people work with documents, how they comment, how they edit. You can look at statistics, if you like, to see you know, how many comments, how many edits, and then obviously you can also review the permissions in this particular area. And at any time, and this is what I want to emphasize, at any time you can say, well, Camille, who's actually remember in the beginning, who's actually our consultant who's working on our project, he left the company, or, you know, he's ill, or whatever happened. You can just revoke access to that document. At this moment, it has been revoked. And now the funny part is, if we go back and Camille has the document open on his iPhone, he immediately gets a message saying that his access has been restricted, right? Clicking on OK, he tries to open it again, and it says no, your access has been revoked. So that's the reason why when I worked with this document, and, you know, for the sake of this demo, I emphasized security. It's a real, you know, secure platform to to work with and secure your documents. Okay. Now the question is, last, I see I have a minute left. The last thing I wanted to show you is what happened if you, for instance, have this particular document like I do on my Mac. You don't have Foxit Reader. You double click on it. Well, as mentioned before, you obviously would need a ConnectedPDF application. Today, Phantom PDF, Foxit Reader for Windows and Mac, as well as our iOS and Android applications support that. But if you don't have it, and, you know, they're free, so the PDF readers are free, you can always use our PDF readers to view a particular document. The only thing you would need to have is obviously an account, a ConnectedPDF account, which you would make online, and then you'll be able to open any file. Hold on a second. You'll be able to open any local file, as you can see, by browsing, just clicking it, and view. Let me upload it, and then just view it. And as you can see, even it's a connected PDF file, you will be able to view it. You will be able to look at the comments and scroll down, and later on have the capability also to comment using our online tools. So I think with this short 15-minute overview, I've given you a demo of ConnectedPDF in a nutshell. Should there be any questions, feel free to ask later on. But with this ends my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Wim. Okay, Phil, I'm going to make you the presenter. Here we go. Oh, I guess not.
All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great, great, great. Everyone, it's really good to speak with you. Again, my name is Phil Lee. I just want to say what a wonderful demo by Wim. I mean, thank you. Everyone, you just witnessed the power, the ease of use, and control that ConnectedPDF brings to the PDF ecosystem. Hopefully now you can understand why we state this will revolutionize how PDFs can be used to control, share, and collaborate on your most vital information across all platforms. We demonstrated Windows, Mac, and iPhone, as well as browser, and just a very simple and easy manner, just outstanding. I mean, to recap on the connected PDF benefits, it's preventing prying eyes from seeing what data they're not entitled to. With ConnectedPDF, you're able to prevent your most important information from falling into the wrong hands. You can keep everyone on the same page by using a ConnectedPDF. Users will be automatically notified when a new user is available for download. For added ease of comfort, you can even prevent the older versions from being opened, and we know how much time and money this will save every organization, as described with the demo and the numbers that David presented. I can't think of an easier way to share and collaborate your comments with a connected review. Again, this is a very easy way to collaborate on documents across desktops, mobile devices, cloud services. And as you can see, we offer free Foxit connected PDF platform solutions. And lastly, let's not forget that the ConnectedPDF provides the essentials for a document management system by automatically tracking versions and users of the PDF document for management and compliance purposes. The ConnectedPDF tree makes it easy to find what you need and where it is. But everyone, Phantom PDF 8.0 just isn't ConnectedPDF. I mean, it is a very important piece of technology. We're very proud to bring this to market. I've been in PDF for well over 20 years. My resume is extensive. I've been involved in some of the most exciting, leading-edge implementations of PDF to all user groups virtually worldwide. And what we're bringing to market here is really revolutionized. I believe that the PDF use cases today and how we go about it. You may say I've seen that before, but I challenge everyone. I don't think you've seen it in a manner and an ease of use and simple user interfaces that we have presented or when presented in the demo today. But moving on beyond ConnectedPDF, there's many other features and capabilities that we're bringing to market, and I'd just like to review a few of them real quickly. Okay, we all receive great PDF content from our co-workers, partners, and we do research through the World Wide Web. And the one thing that users insist on when purchasing an advanced PDF editor is the ability to repurpose this PDF content. I'll tell you, with 8.0, we really listen to our users and put a lot of focus. And this excites me almost as much as ConnectedPDF. I mean, Foxit, we understand the importance of repurposing data locked up in a PDF file. And with the Phantom PDF 8.0 launch, we have greatly improved the ability to convert vector-based PDF files to Microsoft Office file formats. That includes Word, that includes Excel, and PowerPoint. It's extremely accurate and fast, and I promote it as the best in the business. Okay, it does an amazing job of maintaining the contents, intended structure, layout, and styles. You really need to give it a try. This is just a simple slide up here that shows going from a PDF Excel embedded file to an Excel file, and it just does an amazing job. Again, you need to give it a try. Challenge it against any existing product, and I think we stand up as the best. Another major improvement, and this is from requests from our user community, and we delivered it in version 8, is Phantom PDF now supports the creation of PDF files from web content in both IE and Chrome. You know, combine this with ConnectedPDF and you really have a powerful way to review and collaborate on existing web content from either your own or your competitors' sites. When you create the PDF files, we maintain the links. Again, it's something our user base has been requesting, and it's been delivered in 8.0. Very, very exciting stuff. But we didn't stop there. I mean, for every straightforward image editing, the improvements and enhancements to add, edit, and replace images inside Phantom PDF Business is amazing. This specific feature will allow users to stay within the Phantom PDF product line when simple image edits are necessary to quickly update any type of sales or product PDF files and brochures. Again, you need to give it a try. It's a great improvement. It's just a wonderful, wonderful enhancement that enables Phantom PDF to do more than just PDF viewing. The Action Wizard. This feature request has been on the top of our user list for several years now, and it's finally been addressed. So we do now offer batch processing in the framework of our initial Action Wizard process. Okay, this has been implemented with Phantom PDF 8. It will certainly do the job, but let me remind everyone that knows Foxit, okay? We're more than just Phantom PDF. We have a full platform of products and offer a tremendous amount of PDF solution sets across both server and SDK product lines. So if you do have more robust and server-side PDF process needs, we recommend our users to take a look at Foxit's professional and SDK solutions, specifically the LowerTech PDF rendition server. It's a wonderful product if you have a lot of needs and you want to control exceptional PDF workflows. Okay, in the 8.0 release, we really had well over 100 additional features and enhancements. This list here highlights other major implementations requested by our users. I think folks that know Foxit have been involved with Foxit, and we have many, many loyal customers, well over 100,000 worldwide. We really do strive with our customer service to listen to you all, to implement the feature sets that you believe you need in order to maintain your PDF workflows or enhance your PDF workflows. So, you know, real quickly, one of the major things we've done is we've integrated in the Dropbox. We give users the ability to customize the ribbon so you can quickly get to the features and functions that make your job easier. With the enhancements in CPDF and knowing that it's going to be used across mobile platforms as much as desktop, we've implemented the touch mode support. We give people the ability to change PDF sizes, printing bookmarks. One of the other things we're doing now is allowing users to automatically set up auto saves of your PDF files just in case Windows 10 crashes. I know that sometimes, it's very stable, but it crashes on me sometime, and I have to ensure that I don't lose my work. Customizing PDF, and one of the other things, and we just want to be upfront, ConnectedPDF is new. It's very innovative. Some enterprise customers may not say they're ready for that type of technology, so we do give you the ability of deploying without the CPDF module. Phantom PDF is a modularly based application, so we have a lot of flexibility there to serve the needs of our customers, both small and extremely large. Some improvements are portfolios, reducing the size of PDF files. One of our partners had tremendous, exceptional technology. Always people want to make their PDFs smaller but maintain as much as the fidelity as possible, so we improve that greatly. We've done some things to let people know that if there's an attachment in a PDF or any type of PDF-A compliance, that we identify that there's attachments in the file, so you know up front and very easily that this PDF contains additional information. Always improving navigation, allow you to customize your search results through the color of the highlighter. Done a tremendous amount of work around the bookmarks and navigational panes to allow users to copy, paste, delete, repurpose the PDF files. And then one of the final things that we did here, number 8, is just double-clicking. We're a tab-based application, and we just made it very easy to open and close multiple PDF files. So everyone, I didn't really get into a demo. I showed some slides. Hopefully this gives you better insight to the Phantom PDF 8 platform of both business and standard, along with our ConnectedPDF technology. David, I will flip it back to you. Thank you, everybody.
Great. Thanks, Phil. Nice job. All right, I'll make myself the presenter. Bear with me. Almost there. Okay, thanks Phil, thanks Wim, that was fantastic. We've been receiving several questions during the presentation, which we've been doing our best to answer, and in a couple of instances we've asked people to reach out to us because I think a one-on-one lengthier response is needed, and we encourage those folks to do so. So one of the questions was, what does ConnectedPDF cost? And Phil, maybe you can take that question, if you're still there.
I'm there. Sure, certainly, David. I mean, that's a great question, and what we demonstrated today has a number of price points associated with it. I think I'll let everyone know that one of those is free. However, if you do want to kick off a connected PDF review in which Wim demonstrated today, the author does need Phantom PDF Business, and that MSRP is for one seat at $139. However, the other products that Wim showed through the browser, through the iPhone, and the Mac Reader, those connected PDF applications are all free to support the ecosystem. Great question.
Okay, thanks. Another question was around the cloud, and the question is, are connected PDFs stored in the cloud? And I'll take that one. We don't automatically store documents in the cloud. All that's stored in the cloud is the ID that's associated with the PDF, and that's the ID that gives us that GPS tracking capability that I described in my portion of the presentation. And that's it. So there's no sensitive information stored in the cloud by default. Now, however, if a particular user wants to have something stored in the cloud, we can grant that ability, but it's not a default. There's a question, this is maybe for you, Wim. Are legacy PDFs compatible with connected PDFs?
On the format, so they are compatible.
Okay, and another one was, can a connected PDF be converted back to a standard PDF? Wim.
That should be possible. That should be possible. So you mean if they want to open it in, you know, in any other application?
Yeah. So I think the question here is if somebody started out with a standard PDF or document or whatever, made a converted PDF, but at some point in the future wanted to revert back to a standard non-connected, or somebody once said disconnected PDF, is that possible?
Well,
I think the answer is...
it depends how you define someone. Obviously, if that someone has not the permission to, you know, grant an offline copy, for instance, it will not be possible anyway. If they have the permission to grant an offline copy, you know, there is a possibility to revert back to the original PDF file.
Okay, sounds good. This is another question that just came in. What happens when a connected PDF is opened in a normal PDF reader? Phil, maybe you can take that one.
Sure. It opens up like any other PDF file. So if you open it up, let's say in Google Chrome and or Adobe Reader, and it's just a connected PDF, it's going to open up like any other type of PDF. The comments will be viewable, things of that sort. However, I would like to point out that if you apply the protection features or control, in the industry we call it digital rights management or DRM, then you do need a certified connected PDF app. And today, those are offered by Foxit. We do anticipate many more platforms supporting connected PDF in the future. But as described, we offer these apps for free on iPhone, well, iOS, Mac, Windows, in the browser. There was another question from the audience about does it support Linux? And for that answer, it is not yet, but it will be supported in the near future.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there's a question that I think Wim already answered. That was, can someone receive a secure PDF in an email, and then if they're not on the network, are they able to open it? And the response there is they need access in order to get the document and open it, but at that point they can then create an offline version, so that they then move away from their desk, or and they're not in an area with Wi-Fi. They can review that offline version. And then another related question, if they can find it, if I can get back. Oh yes, does the offline version have the expiration capability? That's not a question that I'm able to answer. Can Phil or Wim answer that question? So in other words, someone is now offline, can that be expired? My understanding is yes, if the originator set a timeline, but perhaps Phil or Wim, you're able to shed more light on that?
Yeah, sure, David. This is Phil. I mean, everyone, if you want to put a time bomb or have the ability to revoke the file, that will require that user to log in, and if in the process of logging in, if it's been revoked or if there's been a time bomb or expiration date on it, that file will no longer be available to that user.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well connected. Sorry, Ben.
I just said good question. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Will connected PDF track changes if the host PC is offline? Wim, are you able to answer that question?
Yes, because it's synchronized in the cloud. So if it will not synchronize if our servers are down. All other aspects it will.
Okay. what if connected PDF, if a connected PDF file is edited in something other than a Phantom PDF editor and then saved? What should other viewers see if the user saves changes? I guess that's when we're having a collaborative editing session. So if connected PDF is edited in something other than the Phantom PDF editor, what will the other viewers see if the user saves changes? And my understanding is that those changes would not be visible to other people in a connected review. Is that correct, Wim?
Well, if it's a CPDF, it depends a little bit. If it's a CPDF, as Phil mentioned, they're not going to be able to, to open it in any other application than the ones Foxit is supporting today. So imagine he does an edit in any other application, any other PDF editor. He saves the document as a PDF. That document, as is, needs to be opened in Phantom PDF, and from there, as is the document, he can choose to do a review or to share it with all other participants. Okay. If it's a CPDF, again, and he tries to open in another not supported connected PDF application, it will not show the edits.
If I may, this is Phil. Everyone, that's a really good question, and I think it something that we spoke to, but let's readdress. The connected PDF is a fully compliant ISO 32000 PDF file. Okay. What I mean by that is we do abide by the extensions within the specification. So I think it's a couple of answers here, but on all the comments, all the collaboration that are done on that PDF file, that is your standard annotations, red lines, markups, comments. Those can be viewed on any PDF viewer out there, as long as it's a 32000 PDF compliant, which is, there's numerous PDF viewers out there. When we got into the situation in which Wim was applying more control to prevent prying eyes on that particular PDF file, then it was having what was called a DRM, all right? And then that means you need to use a Foxit or a certified connected PDF application. If those aren't applied, in which anybody can comment on it, then anybody with a PDF viewer can view those comments, but they wouldn't be able to participate in the collaborative process. But they would be able to view that file at a later date and view the information that was in it, as long as somebody provided it to them through email or through a shared file folder. So I just want to make that clear, that connected PDF is really a PDF file. It's no different than that. It is a PDF.
Cool. There's a question here from James that we answered online, but I think it's worthwhile sharing it with the audience, the broader audience. What about corporate control of user accounts? We would be concerned about a user leaving and us not being able to access their documents and sharing history. So the answer we provided is that we appreciate that's an important requirement for many people. It is on our roadmap, and it will be part of a future release of connected PDF. We're getting a little bit close to the end, but we have a few more minutes. Wim, maybe you can just review the question, your response that David Schrag asked, which is often when reviewing and commenting on documents, you don't want the other side to see your work until they're finished with the review and then hit send or publish. Is that possible with connected PDF?
Yeah, that's actually, I think I like that question so much. The answer to that is it depends a little bit on your workflow, obviously, but what I responded there is, so somebody says, like, I don't want to see my comments in real time appearing, if I have a group of people I work with, I don't want to see it in real time. My answer to that was, as long as you don't start a review nothing will happen, and you just can, add comments, edit a file, as you do always with any PDF editor in the past. It's on the moment you hit the start review button and you give access or allow people to see what's happening and then start collaborating online. That's when they obviously are going to be shared. And at any point in time, you can stop that reviewing, right? At any time, people can join or leave a review. We have given that flexibility exactly because of this particular question. So thank you very much for asking that.
Okay, thanks, Wim. And I'd just like to thank everyone who's commenting very positively. Instead of submitting a question, some people are submitting compliments, and we really appreciate that. Thanks. It's glad to be appreciated by folks like yourself. This is why we developed ConnectedPDF, is to solve problems that you have and to make your life easier. Getting to the end of this Q&A session, I think. Just one last question posed by Philip. Again, Wim, you'd answered this question, and I think it's just while sharing this question with the audience. Philip said that I noticed that during the demo, the request for permission that came through Foxit showed user2. So instead of a name, it said user2. Is that the name of the party you're using for the example, or would Foxit actually show me the name of the person requesting the permission? And your answer, Wim, if I can paraphrase, was that's just for the purposes of the demo. In the real world, you would see the name of the person, and also there'd be an associated avatar and image. It's a few minutes to the hour. Again, thank you everyone for all of the questions. Again, if we've asked you to contact us offline, please do so. A few more questions have come in the last few seconds. We will respond to each one of you individually. Thank you very much for that. But I do want to wrap things up. So I hope everyone is able to see my screen. ConnectedPDF is available through the Phantom PDF 8.0 release, as well as through Foxit Reader and Mobile PDF. And we invite everyone to, if you haven't already tried Phantom PDF 8.0, give it a test drive and let us know what you think. And the URL there at the bottom of the screen is where you can access it. So basically on our website /PDF-editor. I think it shouldn't be difficult to navigate to. And last but not least, we want to invite everyone to our next webinar. This is being provided by our colleagues in Loratech. Loratech is now fully integrated into the Foxit software family, and Loratech has several interesting webinars coming up in the near future. The one next month is called Scan Documents to Highly Compressed PDFs. It is an intriguing title, and I, for one, want to know more. And that's been offered twice. It's offered on August 18th at 10 o'clock Pacific, largely for audiences in the US, and then again for anyone who's in Europe, that will be provided the following day at 10 a.m. Central European summertime. And we record all of these webinars and we archive them, and we encourage you to go to the archive. Again, it's on our website /company/webinar. Log in and you can access this one to relive the highlights, as I'm sure you want to do. But more importantly, I also access the growing library of webinars. So it's at this point that I'd like to thank everyone very, very much. We truly appreciate you choosing to spend an hour with us. We know how busy everybody is, and we're very appreciative that so many people have joined us. We're still There's still more than 70 people right now have stuck it out to the very end, so thank you very much. Phil's information is shown there. Phil is our Vice President of Sales, and Wim is our Director of Enterprise Solutions. Feel free to reach out either by email or by phone. Phil is in Georgia and Wim is in Belgium. And then there's me. I'm here on the West Coast. So at that point, I want to thank everyone again for joining us. Feel free to test drive Phantom PDF 8.0 and check out the webinars. And again, if we asked during the Q&A session for you to reach out to us directly, please do so. But again, I want to draw this to a close and thank you all for joining us.